This is episode 56 of this podcast.
Oh, sorry,
We're setting
I've
a date here.
Sworn so much.
That's good. That's good. 56. Yes. No Laugh Track, Acme's official podcast. I'm Justin Severson. Thank you to Circle of Heat for the theme music we just heard. And I have two guests this week.
I didn't hear any music.
You didn't hear
Should
it?
I put on
we'll
my
crank it up.
headphones? Should I put on my headphones?
There's two guests this week.
Put on your drum circle hat. It's Trevor's band.
I'm assuming there's no headphones since we're sharing a mic.
If you didn't think they were close already, they're even closer because Chad Daniels and Cy Amundson are sharing a microphone today on this very professional podcast.
Feels good. No, I like to put my face. It's like the same way I like to pee. I want my shoulder as close to another man as possible. So let's fucking.
What about the lap-to-lap thing you guys are doing? That's
just for our boners.
okay. Somewhere to keep it.
Purely boner related. Yep.
Sheath that thing, would you?
Yep.
Hey, welcome to town. Have you guys been to Minneapolis before?
Time or two.
Used to live here.
Get out of here.
True, it's a fact.
Cy, this is Cy's third time on this podcast.
I love it.
It's my first time.
I know.
Who's better?
What the fuck, dude?
Yep.
I don't know. I guess I've just avoided it.
Yeah.
I've managed to not have to do it.
He's not a great guest.
No. So we are here. There are two of you. Go ahead, read your text out loud. Read it to the whole class, Cy.
Oh, it's from my team for tonight. Care to meet early at Acme and Wright, 5:30 or 6. Go team. Also, I don't have Mike's number, Cy. Please invite him. From Amber Preston.
Oh, well, that's because I just had sushi with Amber Preston and let her know that after the podcast, my team would be meeting here to write. So she's a piece of shit.
Is your team meeting here to write?
Absolutely.
Fuck your team.
What do you mean,
you were going to play
teams?
basketball.
What are you guys talking about?
Team,
That-
do you
what a
not
nice
know what's
segue.
going on this week?
There's something unique
Has no
happening at
one
Acme
told
Comedy
you?
Club.
You guys should explain why both of you are here.
Go ahead there, Chumley.
You tried so hard not to say chubby, but it's still.
No, I just think you have a striking resemblance to that guy from Pawn Stars who died.
I don't even know what that means. So it's called
Chumley.
Punchline Punchout. Mm-hmm. 2 teams of 5. The started by Trevor Anderson and Andy Erickson.
Yes. Trevor Anderson of the band Circle of Heat, whose music
Yes.
we used at the beginning of the show.
Yeah, I heard it. It was really good.
Yeah.
So they started it. Cy moved it here. We are captains of 2 different teams, 5 people apiece. We each get a word the night before the show, so we have just under 24 hours to write material, 5 to 7 minutes on that word. And last night, Cy and I both won.
Yeah, we did.
Our rounds, very interesting. Tonight, I'm not going to because I'm going against Mike Cronin, a Cincinnati guy who's really funny, and I'm not even going to bother trying.
Oh.
I'm just going to come out here and...
I'm going to win again, more than likely.
Now, how is it? So there's a winner at the end of the week, or how are you doing this?
What we're doing is each night, because there's five competitions within the night, 5 topics, so it's 3 out of 5. Last night, Chad's team won 3 of the words, my team won 2, so Chad's team is ahead 1-0. There are 7 shows. It's just like...
It's like the Cup.
It's just like the
Stanley
Cup.
Cup.
It's
Best
just
of
like
7.
the Cup. There's a trophy that I haven't brought in yet that won't come in till day 3, but it's going to be a traveling trophy, and yeah, best out of 7. And on Saturday, the last 2 rounds, me and Chumley here, fucking mano a mano, so it could come down to that.
Oh.
Which is what I would prefer.
Or it could be a sweep by then, and
I'm a
people would
little
be
worried
asking for
about that.
refunds.
I have some great people on my team. I have David Huntsberger of the Professor Blastoff podcast fame.
Who will be headlining here next week.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Very funny. I don't know if you have any of his albums, but they're great. Then I have Andy Erickson, one of the co-creators of the game.
Yes.
I have Isaac Whitty, who is a human cartoon, and I do Sketch Week with him every year where we write sketches and record them for radio shows.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He is the funniest human being there. Jamie Lissow, I keep doing this, but Jamie Lissow's a comic also who is the funniest person I've ever met just talking to. And Isaac, when we get into the room, just blows everyone away with his stupid cartoonism.
How did he do last
But
night?
it's wonderful. I thought he did great, but he did not win. Did he go against you?
He went against me.
Oh.
And he did not win. Just for the just for the record.
But Isaac's great, and then I have Pat Sussmilch as well.
Yeah.
Who's very funny.
Pat.
And he anchored the team.
He anchored last night and won it.
Yep, he anchored last night, and it was tough because he went against Brooks Robinson, and Brooks did. So their word was wake, and Brooks did a thing where it was his wake, but he opens it with, some of my relatives, some people that I know that maybe you know too. And he just did a bunch of celebrity impersonations, like his uncle Bill Cosby. And a bunch of stuff. You know, Brooks loved pudding, or whatever he was saying.
Yeah.
And it was it made me laugh super hard. But then Pat came out, didn't let it bug him, and killed and won. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't win last night. I'll be fine. It's fine. We're going to rebound tonight. My team is killer as well. We have Shane Moss, who will be here. He couldn't be here Tuesday and Wednesday, so we had to fucking fill in, which is fine.
your fill-in won last night.
Yeah, our fill-in did win. Steve Gillespie. Steve Gillespie was the fill-in last night, and he beat Andy Erickson. And he complained about he was more nervous about it than anybody. And he had one of the best sets. His set was awesome.
He should be nervous because everyone in his family is more successful than him.
It's fucking unbelievable. Do you know anything about Steve Gillespie's family?
No.
Steve Gillespie's, let's just derail this whole thing. Steve
Go.
Gillespie's family, they're an incredibly well-known sports family. His uncle was a Division I college basketball coach, took Florida A&M to the tournament, had a job lined up at a Big East school. His dad is one of the best college baseball and basketball. He's been in Sports Illustrated coaches of all time. His brother played college ball and now is an assistant coach for Memphis. But the pinnacle of it is his grandpa, Gordy Gillespie. Now, Gordy Gillespie was drafted into the NBA by the Bulls, and he played for the the Washington Generals, the team that plays the Globetrotters.
Yeah.
But back when it was the best college white kids playing the Globetrotters, not like we're throwing buckets at each other, like when it was less goofy.
Yeah.
So then after he finished playing ball, he went on to be a coach, and he coached 10 years of Division I college basketball. He is the winningest college baseball coach in the history of college baseball. No one who's ever coached college baseball has won more games than Gordy Gillespie. He's got 30 pros. It's outrageous. And then they're from Illinois. Then his grandpa is also the all-time state of Illinois football coach. They made their all-time team, and he's the head coach of the all-time high school Illinois State football team. And he coached at Joliet Academy, where
Rudy.
That's where
Rudy.
His grandpa fucking coached Rudy. In the movie Rudy, in the bar scene, when his brother says to him, Coach Gillespie thinks you're a pussy, they're talking about Steve Gillespie's
Holy
grandpa.
shit.
Yes, holy shit.
Now,
Holy shit.
Justin looked at his watch halfway through that story, and I couldn't agree.
I know.
I couldn't agree more. Fucking get to the point. Jeez.
I felt like I was really concise for all the information I had to get across.
But man, oh man. Fucking get to the Rudy part, man. Get to the punchline. Everybody wants to hear about the Rudy. Nobody gives a fuck about baseball wins, right? No one gives a shit. Oh, would he go to Omaha for the World Series? No one cares. Rudy. That's what we want to hear.
They don't even televise that stuff. Everybody knows Rudy.
It's like your fucking comedy. You don't know how to get to the good stuff.
I'm
Here we
right there.
go.
I'm always at the good stuff.
You have good stuff, but you just waste so much time with the shit.
Here's that's the name of my album.
Yeah? What?
You have good stuff, but you just waste so much time with the shit.
They're never going to sell that at Walmart.
No, actually, they're going to sell a lot of it at Walmart, probably.
They'll sell guns, but they won't sell a CD with the word shit.
I think selling guns is fine.
No, I think if you buy a tank top like that, you get a size CD for free.
Man, there's a lot of hating going on. There's a lot of fucking hating
It's not
going
the
on
hating
in
your
here.
tank top. It's the hating that you don't normally talk with your hands as much, but now you're doing it and then always flexing.
Yeah. Have you seen it? Jealousy is a weird beast, audience. It's a weird fucking beast.
Now, I was considering having a doctor show up today to prove once and for all whether you two are related.
We're not.
It's true?
That doesn't...
He's not denying, Chad.
Wow. Well, he just pointed at me and made a face like he just ate sour shit. So I'm assuming he thinks that his genetics are better than mine. And they might be, because if you look at him, you get the sense that Hitler had something to do with it.
Oh, Hitler is like,
he's tall, blonde hair, blue
you're
eyes.
a very good boy.
Yeah.
Very good
Yeah.
boy.
When he waves, his arm goes up, but his hand doesn't move. That seems strange to me.
Yeah.
This is for my grandfather!
I like how I feel like in your life you just wait for opportunities to get your German impression in because you know it's good.
I love it so
You
much.
know it's good. When
I love it so much.
Any chance you can work.
Do you
a
have to
German
pause
impression.
before you do it, or you just go right into
I
it?
fucking mid-breath. You know! See? I just, mid-word, I'll break into it if I have to.
Nice.
The fact that I wasn't asked to be in Inglourious Bastards or Django Unchained bothers me a little bit. Because I feel like he knew that he screwed up and would have invited me to the next
Or
one.
at the very least, Schindler's List 2.
Yeah, but that wasn't, it went straight to DVD.
Yeah, that was the.
I'm looking for big screen
You're
stardom.
right.
Me too.
You're right.
I don't listen to a lot of hip hop. Did a lot of rappers mention Django in their rap songs? I figured that was going to be a thing for sure.
You're the young hip one. You would know that.
I don't listen to that stuff.
You're a country music guy, aren't you?
I am. I like other stuff.
Hold on. I keep having to let the listeners know the faces Sai's making.
Go ahead.
So right now, he's spread out. He's leaning back in a chair with one arm over the back of the chair and the other arm still extended out with his hand on a table.
Yeah.
He's leaned back. And when he said, I am, he paused, put his chin to his chest, looked up as if he was wearing glasses to look over them, and goes, oh, yeah. Like he's some sort of goddamn cowboy. This is ridiculous.
Am I not though? Am I not? Am I not
If
though?
you-
Am I not? Like I'm not saying I'm fucking out roping and ranging.
Hold on.
But at my heart, am I not? Is there not cowboy to me?
If
Is
in
there
your-
not a bit of fucking cowboy
Your
in me?
heart says cowboy, your wardrobe says Brokeback Mountain.
That's fine. But those were those not cowboys?
They were they were butt fucking cowboys. Which, by the way, why not?
And
yeah.
what a great band name.
Being a cowboy is, I would assume, a lot like being in prison. I mean, you watch cowboy movies. There's never. It's dudes all the time.
You can't help who you love.
Cowboys
That's
don't.
a fact.
They don't ride ponies.
No.
I see you as a pony guy as well.
Fuck you. I'm not a. I ride a.
Buck and Bronco, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, I'll ride. This has turned negative on me.
I know.
Big time.
Real
I know.
big time.
And it's your week, too. It's your big week.
Well, it's everybody's week.
It's your big week.
It's my week.
Well, it's my week.
Chad, it's your
So
big
far,
week.
it's my week because it's 1-0.
Yeah, that's
So,
true.
everyone's wondering, who's voting on this thing?
Audience.
Audience.
We set a little scorecard out that has the, like, for example, if Chad and I's word was balls, which he would win. He's got a lot of balls material. We would it would say his name, the word balls, and then my name, and then after we would both perform, Brian Miller, who's doing an excellent job emceeing, goes so far
Right.
after one night.
He could mess it up.
He will mess it up. And he says, take a second, circle who you thought won, and then we go on to the next person, and then we rally them all up while the headliner is on, or the closer, which was Tim Harmston last night. And then they count them up and tally them and vote them. And
Wait a minute, Tim, what?
Tim Harmston closed. Well, we need to kill a little time while the votes are being
tallied.
So Tim Harmston shut the show down with about 15 minutes last night.
Oh, I had no idea.
This is a mean thing to do to a comedian is to alert people of a bit before they hear it live. Mm-hmm. But he has a bit about the Edmund Fitzgerald that obviously sunk in Lake Superior.
Correct.
And there's a beer called Edmund Fitzgerald in Duluth that they serve.
Okay.
And he's like, that seems really awful. He goes, this is a scene you'll never see. And he goes, hey, you guys remember the Hindenburg? You know that over in Jersey, this whole thing explodes. 75 people come falling down from the sky and land in a pile of heap. And everyone's dead and their families are crying. Say, you got that on tap? I almost shit my pants last night. I was laughing so hard. He is so ridiculously funny.
I know.
It was a big, he was supposed to be on Chad's team originally, but he booked a headline week in Indiana, which was a big relief for me, to be honest. That would have been a little much.
There aren't many people that when they get their first late night TV spot that I have like a sigh of relief, but he was He was one of them where he got Letterman, and I was just like, yes.
And he crushed.
So good. I mean, he did Live at Gotham, but Live at Gotham isn't seen by everyone, and Letterman is just such a great show to do comedy on. He murdered, and it was about time that people got to see.
It was like a nonstop applause break is what his set was. It was fucking crazy.
On my phone, he's saved as FIM space HARNSTIEN, because when we worked in Chicago, there's a guy named Martin. He's the manager, and he's from Mexico. And he's just got kind of this, he's a big, huge dude. You would never, ever want to meet him in an alley, but he's got kind of an effeminate voice. And he goes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Zany's Comedy Club. We have been in business for over 25 years. Coming to the stage, please welcome your host and MC, Fim Harnstein. And I was immediately like, oh, fuck, I'm never calling him anything else. Fim Harnstein for the rest of your life.
Awesome. Because of Tim, every time I hear anything about bees, I think about his...
Dude, I can't...
The most bees!
I can't get over the funniest joke I've maybe... It's one of the two or three... Swartzen's, the suicide in public, who fucking farted joke is maybe the funniest joke I've ever seen live, but second, if not right there, is Tim Harmston's introducing your girlfriend to your fetish joke, where he says, it's tough to do that, and he goes, oh... You take her down by the river and go, oh, it's cold down here. Like somebody took a poo on my chest. That's the funniest.
It's just wrong.
The hardest I've ever laughed watching a comic on this stage at Acme was Greg Fiddler. He now he writes for like SpongeBob. He writes a bunch of stuff. He's out in L.A. writing, and he used to write for Letterman. We used to watch... He'd let us know if one of his jokes got picked up because they'd tell him, and then we'd watch Letterman and I'll watch the joke get told. But
cool.
His was I was at a cafe and I heard the Muzak version of the acoustical version of Eric Clapton's Layla. That song couldn't be any gayer if Kenny G whispered it in my ear. And I went from sitting on a chair to lying on the ground immediately. Like when you're on a jet boat and you turn and then you immediately are in the water. That's how fast I hit the ground. I was laughing so hard.
That's awesome. How did you two folks meet? I'm curious. At the club here, do you remember?
I don't remember.
Were there little hearts, floating in the air?
Yeah, well, I mean, I've jacked off to his picture a bunch, so it,
No, Chumley.
Chumley. We're just, like, really slandering a guy who died recently with that.
Oh, I don't even know who that is.
Die.
Chumley's dead.
No, he did not die.
He's dead. Fake. What? It was fake?
Yeah.
I've been holding back on I had a bunch of funny Chumley shit.
He doesn't know anyone here. It's fine.
That's insane.
No, I just mean in life.
If you look up gullible in the dictionary...
Oh, fuck off.
You will see
he weighs like 380 pounds. If anybody on Pawn Stars died, you'd be like, yep, I get it.
I don't watch Pawn Stars.
I
don't even know what that is.
It's on the History Channel. It's a show about...
I'm going to name a TV show, and then you name the fat person, and we'll just assume that they're dead now.
Okay.
Is that a real game?
Yeah, Cheers.
Norm.
Dead.
Norm's not dead.
Oh, but he was the fat one. So, I mean, somebody...
Yes! Yes!
Burn!
You guys are fucking assholes.
That's one for me. Whose team am I
Chumley
on?
is extra fat, and, just... The thing was...
He's not dead. Yeah, that's the point of this whole exercise.
I'm not following, because he's not dead. That's wrong.
Coach is dead.
The point... Coach is dead.
Have you ever read the pilot of Cheers?
Yeah.
It is so goddamn funny. Mm-hmm. It is so funny. There's when Diane comes in and they're going to go on get married in an island location or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then her husband-to-be has to leave to go get his grandmother's ring from his ex-wife. So she's there by herself. It is so funny. Just introducing her, and that's when she gets the job because she has nothing else. Because she was his assistant. He's a professor at Boston University or something, and then she needs a new job because he takes off and decides he brings his ex-wife to the island. She finds out later. It is just who's the poet Don? right? He does the No Man is an Island for Whom the Bell Tolls.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, he quotes that, and then Diane says to Sam, "That's Don." And Sam goes, "I sure hope so." It's just fucking, just all of it is so good.
Well, this is a really random Cheers thing because you mentioned Coach. Mm-hmm. His name on the show was Pantuso or something like that. No.
Yeah, something like
what was it? Fuck it.
I almost feel like Pantuso was maybe, it was something like that.
Yeah, my mom was a nurse back when that show was on, or she's still a nurse now. In any case, she took care of the guy whose real name was that was friends with one of the writers, and that's how they...
Oh, really?
Yeah, named him after the dude. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was when the show was like still on TV, and we used to watch it. So,
but that's almost like... hey, we named a character after you. He's the dumbest human being on the face of the
He's known for getting beamed with a baseball. Yeah. Isn't that his thing on the show? He had the record amount of bean balls.
I don't know. I just knew he was Sam's coach when he played for the Red Sox.
I think that was it. I think that was it. Chad?
Yes.
You know, normally on the show we do like a, how'd you get your start and all that crap.
Sure.
We don't need to,
I'll run over it quickly.
Quickly, that's what I'm trying to say.
On this, got fired from Xerox when I was 23. Got a 6-month severance package. Used that money to throw myself a retirement party. Came to open mic because I loved comedy. My friends signed me up without me knowing about it. They called my name. I looked at my buddy and I go, well, if I ever do comedy, I guess I'll have to change my name. And they go, nope, it's you. Came up here on this stage, ate shit for 3 consecutive minutes. Stayed up here the whole time. Decided if I came back in a week with stuff that I had written, I would do much better. So I went home and I wrote, came back, no better. Ate shit again for 3 consecutive minutes. Took a break for like 8 months, but came down here and hung out with the comics. And kind of, it's a group of comedians is the closest you'll get to the island of misfit toys.
Yeah.
And I fell in love with that because I'm like, I have buddies from high school and I have buddies from other things, but never felt as at home than hanging out with comics.
Yeah.
So there you go. So I came back and kept trying because I'm like, well, I'm at least going to keep doing this to hang out with these people.
I either have to get a job at the bar or...
And now, I don't want to brag, but yesterday at Starbucks, a girl recognized me and asked me to take a picture with her. So
who did she think you were?
She thought I was...
Katie Lang.
That's not fair. That's Tom Steffen's joke. Just kidding.
Who does Cy look like?
I love Tom Steffen.
I don't think there's anybody.
Yeah, I don't really know. There is, actually. You look like the guy... You look like the younger brother on Revolution who got killed, and he's also in those insurance commercials where you sing the song and an agent shows up.
Is he awesome? He sounds awesome.
You just look like him. I'm not saying he's awesome. You better fucking tiptoe, son of a bitch.
Podcast, Micah, what the fuck?
Jesus Christ.
We're not even open.
How do you tiptoe in flip-flops? It makes them snap harder, you dumb cocksucker.
Chad, how are your kids?
They're great.
Yeah?
My kids are great. 9 and almost 14. So I got a lot of... I don't know. Why? How would I know? A lot of that going on in my house.
Yeah.
And a lot of... I'm going to be in a play. Want to hear all the songs? I only sing one of them, but want to hear every one. La, 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 la. It's the bare necessities, the simple bare... I get a lot of
Are they doing Jungle Book?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I love the music of that.
Sunday, actually.
It's
It's this weekend, and I got to get home by noon on Sunday to go to the play.
You hear that, comics? Anyone that's going to the show Saturday, take Chad out late.
That's fine.
Saturday night.
That's fine.
You'll make it no matter
You're
what.
a champ.
Right? Super dad?
Absolutely. Well, I'm not super dad, but I won't miss the last opportunity to see the play.
Yeah. And that's up at home and
Yep, Fergus Falls up there,
Oh yeah.
Sure, why not? I got booed when I was in Winnipeg 3 weeks ago. I go, I'm from America, and they started booing me, and I go, my house is 4 hours from here, motherfucker. How dare you? You're just like me, but you own more coats.
It's funny. I was going to ask you what's closer to Canada, Fergus Falls or Winnipeg. But
Fergus Falls.
Fergus Falls is,
Yeah, it is, yeah. Because once you get into Canada, it's still 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not 2.5. Well, whatever.
No, it's about 2.5 hours. We fish in Winnipeg.
Oh.
Yeah. Happy Lake.
You should try a lake outside of a city. Burn. Nailed it.
Just
Totally nailed it. You guys hear that? He
Fellas.
fishes in a city, and I said you should try a lake outside of a city in Canada, because that's where fishing Happens. That's such a... I shouldn't have to explain it. It was too good.
No, we get it.
The Canadian listeners are rolling.
Right now, like, yeah, you should go out of the city. Snoop. One guy goes, when I said, sorry to keep interrupting you, but
No.
I'm on stage in Winnipeg, and I go, yeah, I'm from America, and some guy yells out, he goes, yeah, we can hear your accent from here. And I was like, why don't you shut your trap? What a fucking goofy human.
Since I have two hilarious comics here with me, I want to get some opinions on something here. Did you guys see this one? It's something that came out the other day. It's a pamphlet for teenagers. You're a parent of a teenager.
Correct.
Cy, you recently were a teenager, so this should be no problem for you guys. There's a pamphlet for teenagers about 101 things to do instead of having sex, and people that put this together are from a Christian school in Australia. So these are things, maybe...
I didn't know there were Christians in Australia.
Apparently there are.
They were all heathens there.
I thought Jesus was just an American thing. Is that not?
USA, man.
That's what I'm saying. We took them.
So these are, maybe you can bring these home. These are some your kids looking for something to do, keep them out of trouble.
Sure.
So this is the top 10 things that this school came up with to do other than having sex.
And are these
as a
supposed to
teenager.
be that you're supposed to be convincing people that these are as fun as sex?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
So I'm going to read some of these. Feel free to come up with your own ideas and see if...
Just face alert. The look of disdain on Cy's face when he said, okay, his eyes fluttered because he couldn't completely open them because he was so disgusted at the thought that there are 101 things as fun as having sex.
There aren't. That's such a stupid fucking list.
Is that, as you were trying to flex your bicep there, does your tattoo actually say sex?
It says Chad. No, it's
Which is Latin for sex.
People say that to me a lot. It's initials of a sister of one of my sisters.
Oh, that okay.
Yes.
Yep, I think we talked about that before.
Yes, sir.
Very good.
There can't be. Are there there's not 5 things better than having sex. I know we're gonna get to this list, but they're right? Have you done it?
Sex? I've done sex.
Yeah.
I've done sex at least once.
These may not necessarily be better, but just something, better way to spend your time if you're a teenager.
Sure.
I'm
willing to listen.
Yeah.
Unlike some people.
Well, number 10 is play ball without a ball. In other words, just role play that you're playing with a ball.
Oh, I don't
what?
even understand.
What the fuck
You're miming playing ball?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you just go buy a ball or a condom and have sex?
Wait, what?
Stupid.
How is that number? That's number 10. Pretend to play ball?
Are these in order of importance?
I think so.
No way. There were 91 worse ideas than play ball without a ball? Fuck off. As soon as I hear the words role play, I want to fucking pretend she's someone else.
Here's what I'm going to tell you. If there's not one of the next 9 isn't play with an actual ball, this list is fucking stupid.
I didn't go over the whole thing. We'll have to see
what's
here.
next?
How about this? This is something you guys, we all should adopt this really into our lives. Make lunch for an elderly person.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, that's their... Okay.
But
Think of the fulfillment. Sex, it's so fleeting.
here's the problem with that. When I make lunch for an elderly person, it's to try to fuck them. It's because I'm like, would you like a sandwich? Oh, yeah, I left it over here. You're going to have to bend over and get it. And then, booyah.
Here's the thing, which plays into one of Chad's certain destinies, which is the AIDS virus.
Oh.
Because the AIDS virus is pretty, up there in the elderly community right now. It's spiking. The STDs in elderly, because they're just going to, with the pills and whatnot, they're just, nursing homes are just
That is true. They're turned
bang
into
fest
brothels
right now,
yes.
retirement homes. And so, Chad AIDS. Keep going.
Are you saying because he's closer to that age?
No. I'm just saying I think that's an inevitable
Yeah.
long-term
I just
thing.
almost got the dirtiest anyone's ever gotten on this podcast.
What do you mean?
No. Never, please say another one.
Okay.
Quickly, please.
Share a drink with 2 straws.
Oh,
Which is something like basically what
It's
you...
like foreplay.
You know what?
Watch a
How
girl,
about share a mic?
Watch a girl
with a
suck
friend?
on something.
How about share a microphone with a friend on a podcast?
That's good. Why can't that be number 7?
Yeah. Because you guys are doing that and you're not having sex right now.
Take all your clothes off and watch your girlfriend eat a popsicle. That's way better.
And then a banana.
Yeah. And then her own clit.
Well, another one here is have a burping contest.
Fuck, if I see a girl burp before we've had sex, we're not having sex.
I will tell you this. If I'm in a burping contest with a girl and she queefs, boom, I'm in that.
That's in?
I'm in that.
Yeah, that's good
I'm
stuff.
like, no more air in there? Guess what? Guess what? Daddy's home.
That's it. Time to make a deposit.
I can't handle the word queef. I can't handle it.
But you just said
I
it.
know, but like it just I can say it, but when I hear the word queef, it just like and I know it's a thing,
it is
and
weird.
you use the word queef more than anybody I know.
Have you ever been in a situation where you've heard a sound and asked whether that just happened?
I've heard one.
I've asked the question fart or queef at least 5 times in my life. and every single time to strangers. Every single time you're like, I'll just turn slowly and go, fart or queef. And more often than not, they'll look at me and go, it was the chair. I'm like, okay, great talking to you. I haven't gotten my food yet, so this is really weird. I'm going to have to be here for a while because I did order food and I'm going to get charged for it, and it's not here. So now I'm just going to have to listen to you in your chair queef.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I'm still drunk from yesterday, by the way.
I'm trying to catch you right now, by the way.
And I'm having a Bloody Mary.
Yes. Number 6, eat something new. We've kind of already covered that.
Yeah,
that
well,
just seems...
we understand what that means.
That's an easy one.
Yeah.
We'll
That's
walk away
too
from
easy.
that.
Have a water fight.
Again.
Cool, yeah, put a white t-shirt on and fucking hit your girl with a balloon. Mm-hmm. That'll keep your boner at bay.
Mm-hmm. This water's sticky.
Oh, splash!
Boom.
I'm so wet.
Surprise your parents by cleaning the house.
Oh, fuck off.
Who are these people that made this list? First of all, your teenager should be jerking off if he's a boy, and masturbating if they're a girl, because girls need to know what they like. They need to be able to tell a guy what they like. Guys need to help their staying power. They need to get in there. They need to touch it, throw it around.
No one told me that when I was a
bit.
teenager.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, parents, if parents were honest with their kids, it would be so much better. It's like, if you, yeah, good. Oh, you took a 45-minute shower? I know there's no more hot water, but that's great. Because that means you're not going to throw it in a young gal and immediately blow your wad into her, and I'm not going to raise a grandkid. That's what I'm telling my kids, because it's ridiculous.
Right.
That's why, because kids are going to have sex. It's in us, right? It's in human beings. You're going to make out, and you're just going to say, fuck it, and you're going to do it. But kids don't know what they're doing. They don't know that immediately your hand doesn't feel anything like a warm vagina. So it's going to feel the greatest. I mean, vaginas, when you have sex the first time, vaginas may as well be going just because they're pulling the semen out of your body.
Oh,
so which I don't know if that's a queef necessarily.
what's the word queef backwards? I think that's what that is.
It's a figwa.
Yuck.
It's a figwa. Yeah, fuck. Fuck. But I think kids, if they knew that, they'd be a little like, okay, listen, we're going to try this, but get ready. Like, cover your eyes.
What you're saying is the kids having sex, teenagers having sex, the worst thing that can happen to that is a unwanted pregnancy. The second worst is just bad, a bad act, just not being good at it.
Yeah, well, all I'm saying is I'm not raising grandbabies. So if you live at my house and you have a baby, you don't live at my house anymore. No matter what age you are. That's a rule, because I'm moving to Costa Rica when I'm 50. I'm retiring. I'm moving there with probably a girlfriend.
And no grandbaby.
And no grandbabies, because when my kids are out of the house and they're calling me from college, I don't need to be in Fergus Falls, Minnesota. I'm done. I'm done with that.
Yeah.
When they're calling me, they can call me anywhere. My phone works in Costa Rica. I've been there.
Yeah.
And that's where I'll be if you need me.
Perfect.
50. 5-0.
What's that? How many?
I'm
What's the
retiring.
countdown?
12 years.
Okay.
Me too, brother. 12 years.
God, I got so long until I'm 50.
No one cares about you, though.
We have 2 more here.
Okay.
Pretend you're 6 years old again.
And then fuck.
Come on. Are you serious now?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Number 1, and this one again is really too easy. Blow bubbles in the park. That's number one.
And these are things like, can you imagine, like, taking a normal teenager, like my nephew and niece, who are they're badasses, they're awesome kids, and like saying any of these things to them?
Right. Can you take that list again?
Yeah.
I want you to read 3 of them randomly, and I'm going to be my 14-year-old son.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So you're me.
All right,
I'm
what's
my
his name?
14-year-old son, Isaac.
Isaac. I know you have a girlfriend now, and you've been asking me to keep the door closed, but we're not going to have that. I have a suggestion. Maybe you and little Missy, maybe you want to go out and have a water fight.
So stupid. It's so hot outside. It's not being here. It's stupid outside.
Okay, I do understand it is hot.
So hot.
Yeah, I'm fine. It's hot. I get it.
14.
Well, I tell you what, maybe you should make lunch for an elderly person.
An elderly person, they smell weird. I don't like them. They talk weird and they smell, and then their teeth click because they're not in all the way. Stupid. I hate it. I'm 14.
Well, Isaac, fine. You know what? Your mother and I clean this house all the time. How about you do us a favor and clean this house for us
I
once?
cleaned my room 6 years ago, and I hate it. You know what happened? I got ant bites on my arm when I had ants because I leave Freezies wrappers under my bed. When you guys come in, I throw it under there, even though it's only half eaten, and it melts and stains the carpet, and the ants go there. It's stupid. I can't. I don't want to clean it anymore. The whole house is one room. Is hard enough. It's stupid. I'm gonna go play my video games. I hate life. I hate my sister.
That's how that conversation would go, just so you know.
Also, you're Isaac, and I heard it last night too, but it has a little bit of Sly Stallone to it.
Well, it's just the fact that he tails off all the time.
Just go, I just don't even know Adrian! I did it!
The beauty of teens is they think nothing is cool.
Yeah, right.
And by beauty, I mean it's super annoying, but we all were there at one point.
Exactly.
Everything's stupid. You're stupid.
It is the dumbest
Fucking
thing.
stupid. You guys are both sports fans.
Correct.
Yup.
I know that. I have a list here of the best paid bench warmers in sports.
Let's do it.
Huh?
Nice.
We got number 9, Lauren Robinson of the Jacksonville Jaguars. I don't even know who that is.
Lawrence?
Oh no, he's a wide receiver.
Laurent.
Yeah, Laurent.
Yeah, he used to play for the Cowboys.
$9 million a year that fella's making.
What a beast.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had like one good year with the Cowboys, and then he got a huge deal.
We got Brian Roberts of the Baltimore Orioles, $10 million a year. I think he's played like 3 games in the last 3 seasons.
And it's baseball where you don't do shit anyway.
Yeah, baseball's ridiculous.
Baseball, there's so many fucking fat dudes in baseball.
Yeah.
There's so many fat Dominican pitchers. The Twins have employed all of them.
Yeah.
That's like the Twins theory. Let's get a fat Dominican. Don't worry, he eats innings.
I'd like to tell you something after I burp.
Turn it into a contest. Let's go.
No, I was just going to say, I rented a car in Cincinnati, and the security guard at the gate, before I left, you have to give me your contract and your license. He looked at my license, and he goes, Chad Daniels. I know that name. He goes, you a ball player? And I go...
You said, yeah, right?
I said, no. And then I got in my car, and I drove 2 blocks away and got out of my car and danced around my car because someone looked at me and thought I was an athlete. Someone looked at my body and thought that I was an athlete. And that was and this is embarrassing to tell you, and I feel bad that my wife might hear this. That's the nicest thing anyone's ever said. Literally the nicest thing. There was one other time where I smiled that big, but it was weird because it was in my daughter's class, and 2 of her classmates, she's in 3rd grade this year, and they go, Mr. Daniels, you're handsome. And then I turned and I said, I can't be in your group anymore, because that's how you end up having to tell your neighbors when you move in that you can't hand out Halloween candy.
Yeah.
Because little girls called you handsome and you took it too far. You're like, well, maybe we should hug. Maybe I'm handsome enough to give a hug to. And then you hold it too long, and now October 31st is fucking, it's a ruin for you.
The problem is I just can't handle compliments.
Yeah, it's not that I'm into young chicks, but don't fucking say I'm handsome and not expect a hug.
You know what's so sad, Chad, is my kids are another 5 and 7, and at one point in this last school year, I was picking my daughter up from 1st grade, and I don't even know if the little girl really said this, but it was like my daughter Megan's little friend that she was walking down the sidewalk with, and And as Meg, and they were like, bye, and they gave each other a little hug, and her friend was looking at me, and I think she said, your dad seems really cool. I'm not even sure, but it made my day. Like, that little girl thinks I'm cool just by looking at me. Like, yeah, all right. Yeah.
She actually said, oh, your dad's always here at school. Gross. And then she turned around.
What a effing tool. Richard Jefferson of the Golden State Warriors and Steven Jackson of the San Antonio Spurs. Yeah. 10.1 mil. You're an NBA guy.
Yeah, Richard Jefferson hasn't played meaningful minutes in fucking 4 years.
Didn't even know he was in Golden State.
Yep.
Here's another one. Corey Maggette, Pistons, 10.9. Number 4, Kris Humphries.
Love it.
But that's part of his settlement, isn't it?
I don't think they factored
Isn't that money part of his settlement? He's getting some of Kanye's money.
12 million.
Is that a hoax,
Chris.
by the way? Is that Northwest? I don't pay attention to things. Is that Northwest thing? Did they really do that, or is that?
I don't
a
even know
hoax?
what you're talking about.
They had a baby, Kanye West and that raging twat Kim Kardashian, and they named it North.
I have a competition we can turn this into right now based on what you just said.
Let's do it, but it can't be basketball athletes.
It's not. We're done with that.
No.
It's okay.
By those people, I mean just basketball athletes.
Those people.
Not blacks.
No, I know. Wink.
Not blacks.
We have a quiz for you too.
Okay.
Ready?
These are true or false, and you can agree, disagree with each other's answers. Okay. This is based on some movies coming out soon.
Oh, I like it.
So they're about some of the stars. Melissa
False.
True.
I'm gonna hold off here with the correct answer. Melissa McCarthy, the candy-coated star of Heat, is related to former Playboy model Jenny McCarthy.
False. You said true already.
No, well,
But I said false. I said my answer.
Just stick it up your ass. I'm gonna say true. Then I'll stay.
They're first cousins.
Oh, suck a fat dick.
Okay, so we'll give that one to.
Looks like I'll have to leave to do that.
We'll give that one to Cy.
I like 3 times I've heard Derrick start laughing back there.
Derrick?
Derrick, yeah, that's his gangsta name.
Melissa, as in McCarthy, has had romantic relationships with Samantha Ronson and Melissa Etheridge's ex-girlfriend Tammy Lynn Michaels.
False.
But she says, quote, I'm not entirely convinced I'm a lesbian yet. You say false?
I say absolutely false.
I say false.
It is false.
She's a mother of 3, I think.
She is married, and I have no idea if that part's true.
I know she's a mom for sure.
Is this an all Melissa McCarthy quiz?
No.
Okay,
no.
just checking.
No.
Because I was on her Wikipedia page today.
Yeah, because Chad knows a little much.
Sandra, what do you say, Sandy? Sandy Bullock?
Depends on the last name.
Sandra Bullock?
I say Sandra.
Sandra Bullock, who also stars in that movie Heat, is related to former Too Close for Comfort star Jim J. Bullock, but they don't speak. True or false?
That's false.
That is true.
You are wrong. Chad is right.
Fucking damn it.
For the record, Justin he pulled a Seacrest out. He looked at Cy, said, that is, as if he was going to say right, and said incorrect. And Cy, his shoulders lifted, and he was about to tell me to suck a fat dick, but couldn't, and then just deflated further down in his seat. He looked like one of those dancing wavy arm guys at the car dealership.
Yes.
That you pushed power on. He just immediately
the air right out of there.
I have to tell you a gift that my dad gave me for my birthday one year. He's not a big gift giver, but sometimes he'll do like interestingly sentimental things. He bought like 3 used DVDs from like probably a gas station that was closing down or something, and he taped a card to the front of the DVDs, and it was like a homemade card, and you open the card up, and it had like sticky notes in it, kind of covering parts of the card. And so the first part of the card, the movies were The Natural with Robert Redford.
Yeah, great movie.
It's a great movie.
It's his son at the end of the movie. Spoiler alert. Okay. It's his son.
The Good Son. Mm-hmm. With Macaulay Culkin, I believe.
He kills people.
Yep, he's not a good son, which is kind of going to be the ironic part.
Good Will Hunting, he's not.
And then Miss Congeniality.
Oh.
Okay, with Sandra Bullock.
Yeah. It's a beauty pageant.
Beauty pageant.
She's undercover.
Detective in a beauty pageant.
Undercover.
Yep. So I open and the card says, there's the first thing he goes, Cy, I got you the movie The Natural because ... And then I lift up the sticky note that's covering the words, and he'd said something very nice in there. He goes, I think you're naturally funny, naturally athletically gifted, and one of the more naturally charismatic people that I've ever been around. Very nice fatherly thing to say. You can disagree with them,
No, I'm
Chad?
not going to disagree. I just want to say I thought the Steve Gillespie's grandpa story was going to be the worst one, but this is absolutely.
And then
I thought it was parents of this generation that coddled their kids. I didn't know it was the past one.
My dad would terrify you. The end.
Of the story? Oh, you're still flipping? You're still flipping through.
Then he wrote, I got you the good son because you are, and I opened it and said, because you are the good son. Don't tell your brother Greg. Funny, kind of still nice. And then he wrote, I got you Miss Congeniality, and then I flipped the card up, and it just said, because I want to fuck Sandra Bullock.
Oh, my God.
That's the funniest birthday gift of all time.
That was honestly worth the 5 minutes of almost falling asleep to get to that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anything else compared to that? Any other cards since that or previously?
No. Let's go back to the game. Let's go back to the game.
But by the way, did he let Mom see that card? Is she okay with that?
No.
I remember one time my dad abandoned our family.
So what's the next question? Because we're tied, right?
Yes, you are tied. Oh, God. True or false? Sandra is fluent in German.
False.
That is true.
I'm going to have to give that one to Cy.
In your fucking face.
Her mother was a German opera singer and her father was in the U.S. Army, and she spent a lot of time in Germany while growing up. Number 5. Oh.
Avita! Avita! Peron.
Any chance.
Don't cry for me, East Berlin. The truth is, I've never left you.
Sorry, go ahead.
And that right there was the first performance of German opera singing on this podcast. Number 5. Now we've switched movies, by the way. We're coming. This is to another huge movie, I'm suspecting. White House Down.
Okay.
That's the one that's coming out with Jamie Foxx is playing
Jamie Foxx vehicle.
Jamie Foxx is the president.
The version of
What is it?
the one
all
with
the
Gerard Butler.
Whatever. Huh?
The Gerard Butler movie would just have that exact same thing.
Oh, was it?
Where Japan comes in and attack. What's that movie called? Anyone? Olympus Has Fallen. White House Down. Same exact.
Nice.
Fallen down.
So Channing Tatum, who's in White House Down, true or false? He played college football.
False.
That is true. He played at, I can't remember where, but
He was a male stripper. He was a male stripper.
After he played college
And
football.
he's a very good dancer.
Nice job, Cy.
Thank you. Suck a fat puppy.
Channing's real name was Eric Marlon Bishop. He chose his stage name as a combination of Carol Channing and Tatum O'Neal.
That's interesting.
Is that true or false?
Oh, that's false.
That's false.
Oh, you're right. It is false.
I'm still ahead
And that's
by
false
2.
because Channing Tatum is, in fact, his real name.
How many more questions are there?
I believe we're...
Oh, you're doing pages? Good. Because I'm down by 2. I need at least 3.
Okay, no, we have 10. So
Oh, great.
there could be a tie, but I have a tiebreaker.
Really down.
One of Channing's first jobs was an extra in Ricky Martin's She Bangs video.
That is true.
False.
Were you going over it in your head?
Yep.
You know it that well?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's true.
Damn it!
I know.
It burns, mother.
He plays a bartender, but if you blink, you'll miss him. Apparently.
You know what?
You
I
must have
blinked.
blinked.
Doesn't count.
Chad blinked.
Don't blink when you're watching Ricky Martin videos.
Don't blink for me, Argentina.
Jamie Foxx chose his stage name in honor of Red Fox.
Truth.
False.
You're trying to get them wrong now. Sai, you're cleaning up here. He chose Jamie so comedy clubs would think he might be female. Well, isn't that false then?
Just read the rest of it.
Jamie Foxx chose his stage name in honor of Red Fox. Okay, I guess just the first name. He chose Jamie so comedy clubs would think he might be female, since female comics often got to perform first. Have you found the female comics perform first?
Are there female comics?
Oh, man.
I'm just kidding.
That was Cy, by the way.
I'm
in
just
case you haven't
kidding.
figured out voices.
That is the most kidding thing I've ever said.
But now he's shaking his head no.
The only time he
What
wasn't...
a weird thing. He goes, I'm kidding, but he's looking at us, shaking his head no, like he isn't kidding. Like
I am kidding. I was kidding.
I can't believe you're not kidding.
I'm so kidding.
I can't believe you would say that and not be kidding about it.
Are there any women on your Team Cy?
The very funny Amber Preston.
Not anymore.
No, she's going to stay. This won't be out in time.
Oh, yes, it will.
She'll probably stay because she had to go against the hardest person last night, so now it's downhill for her.
Who was that? You?
That was me.
Kristen Bell and Adam Brody, who star in Some Girls. I have no idea what that is. They both played teenagers on TV at the same time, but Adam is actually 7 years older than Kristen.
True. The OC and something, Sabrina something? I can't remember.
I'm going to say false.
It is false.
What?
Yeah. Adam is 7 months older than Kristen, not the... or no, 7 months. Yeah, months, not years.
Oh, that's the false part?
Hey!
Listen to the whole question. Am I 5 ahead? Am I 5 ahead? Is it 5 that I'm ahead? Are there even 5 questions
I need
left?
you to know something. If you lean that close to me again, I'm going to pull your armpit hair out of your body.
Whatever.
For all the ladies out there, the was Cy almost falling off his chair when I barely pretended to pull out armpit hair.
It sounds terrible.
Which is crazy because he shaves his armpits. I'm sure.
When you pull on that stubble, it hurts more. Those little... so this is the final one, Chad. You're just playing for pride now.
This is for 5 points.
Oh, yeah.
The last one always is.
If we're playing 500, yes, this is 500.
It can be for 5 points.
Okay.
False.
False also.
Damn it. True then. I go true.
I'm going to say true.
Oh, that's...
Ask the question.
No.
Well, ask the question.
I'm in charge here.
Okay, that's fair.
Kristen suffered a serious eye. Kristen Bell, that would be, suffered a serious eye injury as a child and almost lost her right eye. She still has trouble keeping both eyes looking in the same direction. True or false?
Well, I know that she can look up with both eyes.
Hey now.
False.
True.
I think we have a tie now because that was worth 5 points.
Boom shakalaka!
Do you want to do the tiebreaker just to make Chad feel good about himself, even though I fucking beat him into oblivion in that
Wait a minute.
competition?
Is that how this works? You agree that a question's worth 5 points, and then when you get it wrong, you get to backtrack and complain? Is that how the competition...
My daughter, do your kids, how far apart are they in age
5
again?
years.
5 years. Okay, mine are only 2, so they play a lot of games together. But as you can imagine, the older one makes up the rules. And then when things aren't going her way, no. Here, I know, I have a better idea. We're going to do it so that I get the ball, or I get the iPad, or I get the whatever we're, playing with the most. So that's sort of what...
Exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Okay, this one can be worth 5.
Well, I mean, it's
Done
an
talking
added
about
rule.
it.
Let's fine. Let's do the tiebreaker. Let's tiebreaker it.
All right, the tiebreaker is I brought a friend in today, Bill, who I work with on the morning show.
What's up, Bill?
What's up, Bill? He's thinking of a number right now between 1 and 100.
Let's write our answers down.
Okay.
Bill, do you have a number? Stop blinking to Chad. I know you want him to win. They're taking out pieces of paper. They're, may I have my pen back, sir?
Yes, you may.
Thank you. Okay. Let's see. Bill, you have your number. Should we have Bill...
Say your number.
Just say your
out loud.
number.
18.
Oh, boy.
Oh boy.
We have Cy 34.
Okay.
1.
Bam!
I win.
No, you can't go over.
Yeah, that wasn't part of the rules.
That's always a rule.
That's never part of the rules.
That's
you can't
always
not
a
go
rule.
over.
Yeah, that's the rule.
You have to state the fucking rules.
That's a rule.
This isn't the Price
That's
is Right.
always you can't go over. Has always been a rule. That's why I picked 1. That's why I picked 1.
No.
Because you can't go over with 1.
No, that's horseshit.
That's ridiculous. You picked 34 because you thought I was going to pick 34.
How funny would that have been? How funny would that
I
have
almost
been?
did. 34 is my favorite number of all time.
Isn't your Twitter thing like
Yeah.
34?
Chad Daniels 34.
Yeah.
At Chad Daniels 34 if you thought any of Cy's stories were stupid. I just got 1,000,000 followers.
Also, do you know why it's Chad Daniels 34 no matter what he says? And he'll admit to this, but his favorite athlete of all time is
Herschel Walker.
And he has, it's okay. He bobsledded, he ultimate fought, and he had a career in the NFL. And so it's totally, especially for a man of Chad's age to be a big fan of a guy like Herschel Walker, it totally makes sense because that was right in his childhood wheelhouse. Here's the best part.
Oh my God. His favorite athlete is Lindsey Vonn. To let you know what's going on.
I thought you were going to say Lohan.
Yeah, it is. Okay? So, Chad has
Her pussy smells like Perkins' dick.
I'm going to go. I'm just going to... We're not...
I hope my kids don't listen to this, I have to be honest with you. Because I don't think I've ever said Perkins' dick.
What do you think an apron smells like at the end of a shift at Perkins? And then sleeping sleeping with Tiger Woods later.
I've worked at a Perkins. I haven't slept with Tiger Woods, but I was a baker.
That's
Did you
weird.
get dates
I've slept
then?
with Tiger Woods, but I've never worked at a Perkins.
Did you get dates working at Perkins?
No, that was when I was a hideous kid, man. I didn't date anyone until I was about 21. So that was when I was like 16.
That's why somebody took the teenage sex thing.
No, I was just like
He said lots of zits and he pointed at me.
I was just like trying to bring you into the conversation.
Hey, you can talk too.
Great.
Gee.
But your zits?
I had lots of zits. Like Abe Lincoln, like an Abe Lincoln beard, but acne. And then also on my forehead, if he had a beard on his forehead. Until I was about 20.
He didn't have a beard on us. You just could have said a hat. His hat.
Headband.
Over his...
We're not counting this bullshit about the like, I won that because nobody...
No, you did not.
You know, actually, it's funny that you said this isn't like The Price is Right because earlier today I was...
First of all, it wasn't funny because he said it. But keep going.
True.
I mean, it's...
I went online and I was gonna print out the names of everyone, at least that are doing the deal this week with you guys. Mm-hmm. And I searched. I couldn't remember what it was called, so I searched Showcase Showdown. And then I went to The Price is Right.
Well, alliteration. You knew that there was alliteration involved.
Yeah.
So
like, I'm kind of there. But this isn't the Showcase Showdown. Was there gonna? So, can you say anything about what the trophy's going to be?
I can't.
You can't.
You gotta come out and see it. You gotta come out and see the glory that is the trophy.
Will it be like displayed before the show on Saturday or anything?
Yeah. I think it's starting on... what's funny, Chad? Is there something funny?
Nope.
Oh, I thought you were laughing at something.
No.
Is something funny?
Just the fact that you bought a trophy is funny because the last trophy you bought, I have.
But you have it and you shouldn't have it because do you remember what happened the last time we competed?
We do a decathlon.
Yeah, this is my next thing I want to talk
every
about. Go
year
ahead.
where we do basketball, which is fucking absurd that I have to play him.
We also do wiffle ball, which is fucking absurd.
Because I am, then this is the truth, and I think for one, I'm going to tell you this. Sai's very good at hoops. Mm-hmm. He's 6'3" and he can't dunk, which creeps me out.
I can dunk.
On a good day, but he can't like...
I'm not going to fucking throw it down like...
He can't always dunk, which
I'm not
creeps me out. One time I did a reverse layup on him from the opposite block outside the lane. I jumped. He didn't know what was happening. Sweet underhand, spun it on the blackboard. I grew up playing hockey, so it's not really fair. I grew up playing hockey, so he beats me in basketball. He's good.
Really good.
I'm a natural athlete, so there are times where I get close.
Yeah, no, I won't disagree.
Wiffle ball is a different story because, and this is the truth, and I feel bad talking about this, but not really. If there was a Wiffle Ball Hall of Fame, I would go in as a pitcher and a hitter.
Whoa.
I don't like to say nice things about people, especially Chad, but I will tell you, playing him in wiffle ball is an infuriatingly difficult. Like, we might as well, when we do the 7 events, we might as well just mark basketball in my corner and wiffle ball in your corner. Right. It's
in my best shape ever. I'm still a little pudgy. Like, I have the same body. You'd look at the body and you'd be like, oh, he doesn't do athletics. But my hand-eye coordination is truly off the charts. Ping pong?
That's ping pong's. That one's a tough one.
He's never beat me. Not even come close.
I was good at ping pong.
I'm really extremely talented in ping pong.
Did you have a table growing up?
Wiffle ball? No, I did not.
Okay.
Wiffle ball is ridiculous.
It's basically pointless for us to play one another.
The curve?
Oh, I throw a wicked curve, but I throw an even worse rise ball. It starts at your ankles and curves and goes up and hits the strike zone. Mm-hmm. It's a fucking nasty pitch. But then we play this game called Gurgamoo.
Greatest game.
Which Sai and his buddy invented, where you have different spots on a basketball court going from right in front of the basket all the way back to the opposite free throw line, and they're all worth growing increments as you get further away from it. And then you shoot 4 free throws during it, 2 after each round. There's 2 rounds.
2 rounds of subsequent
and then
shots,
every free throw that you make is a extra shot from any of those spots worth the value of that spot. So if you're down by 100, you'd have to shoot, and you had 2 free throws, you'd probably want to shoot an opposite,
75er.
yeah, a 75er, and then move it up to a 25 to tie it.
A 75er. Yeah.
It's a fantastic.
It's a fun game. Then we bowl, and
which that's my shit.
Yep, you beat me in bowling, and then we've
done
other things.
We've slid stuff in and out. We've done a field goal kicking contest.
True.
We've done a passing contest.
Yep.
I don't know.
Who kicked the longest field goal and how far?
We've done cribbage.
Oh yeah, cribbage.
Cribbage. I don't even remember the field goal
No.
contest.
I don't either. But so the trophy I have, because I won it the last time we were able to fully finish one of these things.
Yeah.
I will tell you, the last time we tried, he was winning, I think, 3 events to 1.
Yeah.
And
And the one was Wiffle Ball.
I
No,
had
Wiffle Ball.
easily the biggest panic attack of my entire life at Acme. I was headlining, and this is my home club, where I feel the most comfortable on this stage ever. And I had such a ridiculous panic attack when I was walking down the stairs.
Yeah.
I walked in, Durick, manager, he goes, "Oh, you don't look so good." And I was just like so scared of everything and everyone around me that I couldn't focus and finish the rest of the weekend. So I should have given him the trophy, but I didn't, because it was a medical
Medical emergency.
medical red shirt.
Yeah.
Medical red shirt.
So I still have the trophy, and I use it as a pen holder in my office. And now it's in my car, and I'm ready when you are.
Oh,
You know, we should add golf to it is what we should do.
We'll do that this week.
Yeah.
So we have to do one of the events today,
yeah.
which whatever you want to do is fine with me.
how about a drinking? You don't.
He doesn't drink.
You don't drink sign. That's
I don't
right.
drink.
And then that'd be like wiffle ball.
Yeah. I don't want to drink against him.
I'm
That'd be
super-
like having
You're
having to show your balls to people that you shouldn't contest. I'm not going to win that either.
Last night. So in my 20s,
How many people? Yeah.
in my 20s, my balls were out of my pants more than they were in.
You were that guy.
And he wasn't even having sex. They were just out.
They were out a lot. So Montreal Comedy Festival, Chris Fairbanks.
Yeah.
By the way, if you're listening and don't know who Chris Fairbanks is, please, buy his album on iTunes and listen to him.
Yeah, I have it.
He is accidentally the funniest person, because he just stammers and makes fun of himself for screwing up words.
Yeah.
It's so funny. But we're in Montreal, and this is a name drop thing, but Colin Quinn was having a huge party way up in the hotel. And we were kept wondering why all this beer was going up in the elevators, and so we followed the beer and just went into the party. And they had a glass. There was a railing out on his balcony, but then there was glass so you couldn't fall under the railing. Mm-hmm. So we took our balls out and we're mushing them up against the glass and taking pictures.
Right.
Because you had below you like a 35-story drop
Yeah.
and then mushy balls on glass, which in my opinion is the greatest. It looked like gum, like you stuck gum on it. So we're walking around and we have long shirts on. This is back where you wore the button-down longer shirts that went over your lap even.
Yeah.
And we're walking around the party and our balls are out. And then this guy from NBC goes, "Oh, Kris and Chad, this is great. We were looking for both of you individually. It's great that we found you like this. Well, we'd like to have some meetings. We liked your sets." And so I had my arms crossed, and then I lifted them up to my shoulders, making my shirt rise. And I go, "Well, let me ask you this. What were you thinking about meeting? Like what time? I don't live in Los Angeles." And he goes, "Well, we'll probably..." And then his eyes went down to my nuts, and he goes, "Seriously?"
You gotta be.
And then I go, "But I need to know what time." And so now he's got his hand covering in between his sight line, his eyes and my nuts. And Fairbanks lifts his arms up and goes, "I need to know the time too." And he goes, "Well, I think we should, come on guys." Now he's got both his arms out covering our nuts. So we go into the meetings individually. This is like 3 weeks later. And he is very sheepish when I walk in. Looks at me, looks down, makes sure my nuts aren't out, and then starts talking to me. And I called Fairbanks. I go, "How'd your meeting go?" He goes, "Looked right at my nuts, made sure they were in." I was like, "Me too. It's the greatest."
Oh my god.
It was so ridiculous. But yeah, so my nuts have been out a lot. I have pictures. You know how the traveling gnome, people would take pictures of this garden gnome all over the place?
Yeah.
That's kind of like my nuts.
Oh, where have they been?
I have one from Tim Harmston's annual Christmas party where they're in the Nutcracker's mouth. Like just tons of nut pictures. And I wanted to have... there's a guy, Louis Katz.
Yeah.
Funny guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not taking away from his album name, but so probably 4 years ago on Busy Being Awesome, I wanted to call it If These Balls Could Talk. I think that's the name of his album. That's why I'm saying I didn't steal it from him. But we were going to have a montage, or whatever that's called, a picture like the Truman Show, where it's pictures of all Jim Carrey that make a bigger picture of his face.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to have that, pictures of me with my nuts out, making a picture of my nuts. I thought it would have been the funniest album cover of all time. But anyways, last night they made a guest appearance.
Oh.
I was real drunk, real fast. I got down here at 3 o'clock to pick up David Huntsberger from the airport, and his plane was delayed, and I picked him up at 7:45. So I hadn't eaten. I was just kind of waiting and goofing around. Got here, went back to the hotel, took a shower quick, got here, had a drink, had a shot, did my show, had lots of shots. Real drunk. Took a piss. Oopsie. Balls out. And Andy Erickson goes, no! Like she was falling off a cliff when she saw my nuts. That's how powerful and amazing these balls are to live.
First time for her seeing your balls, apparently.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, that's good.
I have a picture of it on my phone, but it doesn't work right now. But I'll text it to you if you want to put it up on the website.
Yeah, I was going to ask if we could get a picture taken together after we're done here, but that'll just work.
No, let's do the picture, and I'll send you the picture of my nuts. I just feel like it's not fair to tell you about it and not let you see these glorious baby makers.
Your opinion, Si?
Of his nuts?
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually one of the people who hasn't seen him. And I'm super psyched about
fucking challenge.
That
challenge.
When you least expect it, now.
I'm not concerned about it. With their old balls, what's fucking gonna happen?
Gotta tell you, they're great balls. You need to have wrinkles to expand. Like if you don't have wrinkles on your dick, then you're a shower, not a grower. That's a fact. I do explain showers and growers to my son because he goes,
what?
He goes, oh, there's this kid in gym class. He thinks he's so awesome at everything, but you know what? Then we go take a shower and his dick is like only this big, and he like puts his fingers real close together. And so I had to explain to him that I had two roommates in college. One of them shouldn't have owned pants. He should have just walked around with his hog and like rang the dinner bell for people. That's what he should have done. And then this other guy, just a little mushroom cap, right?
Right.
But I walked in on both of them having sex several times in college, same size dick. So it's like the one of them just
straightened up,
just exploded, and the other one was like a marionette, and he just pulled the string. Same exact size dick as it was when it was soft. I want you to know that speaking of seeing other people's dicks, my cousin and I used to get boners in church on purpose. And but we'd move our dicks sideways so it would look like there was something in our pocket. And we'd like flex our dick so it would make our pocket move. And we'd show people. We'd be like, look, I got a little something in my pocket. And they'd be like, what is that? What's in, like honestly, like you had something, a pet moving in your pocket. Like, what is that? This is gross, but I showed my mom. I was like, look at my pocket. There's something in my pocket. She goes, what is in there? I go, nothing. Just kept flexing it, like however I'd kegel my dick or whatever to make it move. And it was ridiculous.
I do, let's all have confessions. I remember when you're at that age and you first start getting them, I remember, like, it would be, like, not uncomfortable, but you kind of were like, what do I do with this? Like, things don't fit now. Like, and I remember, like, I would constantly be getting busted, and my mom would say, stop adjusting yourself, especially in church. Stop adjusting yourself in church. Oh, now I'm going to tell her your story.
Well, that's a weird thing. It's like, hey, if you think God gave me this dick, then I'm adjusting in church.
That's right.
It's uncomfortable in my pleated khakis.
That's right.
And now it's in my pocket. Look what's in my pocket.
Now it's in my other pocket. Did you ever put change in there so it made noise?
Clink, clank, clink, clank. Like I'm a fucking... Oh my God, Salvation Army bell ringer. Spare change. That's my dick.
All right, we should wrap this up. Do you guys have the words? Who's picked these words out, by the way, the topics for each night?
Trevor Anderson.
Okay, so he has them all and you don't know them except for the coming night?
I learned them last night.
So
We'll learn the new ones again tonight.
And tonight's is?
Tonight, my word is myself, and it's wild. My word is wild, and I'm against Pat Sussmelch. Chad's
I'm going
word.
against Mike Cronin, Cincinnati. Call him Meat. Very funny, up-and-coming comic from Cincinnati, and it's Wash.
Wash.
Yeah.
And then the other ones are farm, house, and disaster.
Correct.
And I don't know who has those. But whoever got disaster got a good one. That was the one I was hoping for.
This night is a fucking disaster.
You know what? Do you hear me just burp?
Yeah.
Looks like I don't need to have sex now.
Are you satisfied?
I can't believe you didn't just fucking go out on that.
Mouth queef.
I can't believe you didn't go out on that. I just tied this up in a fucking perfect... Fuck! Look at my pocket. We'll be right back.
Guys, good luck with the rest of the week.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
And for coming here and making me laugh and making Bill laugh as our guest, our podcast guest this afternoon.
Love it.
Thank you. Good luck, Chad. Chad Daniels 34, Twitter, correct?
Yeah, thanks.
At Cy Amundson.